more for people who tune in later and wonder like, since when do they play Cloud Kingdom in the NASL? We sent an email to all the players and asked them which maps they would like to get rid of, and they were pretty unanimous, Ben. Everybody wanted to get rid of Shadow Temple, and then half of the people also want to get rid of Odyssey, the other half want to get rid of Tal'Darim. So we just said, hey guys, you know what, we get rid of all 3 of them, and we add one more map, which is Cloud Kingdom.
That's right.
And I think everyone is pretty happy with that.
It's a good map. It's a ladder map, meaning anybody can practice on it pretty easily.
Yes, my 2-base all-ins are going pretty well.
Really?
No. I think I'm gonna play some StarCraft tonight, because this is like our last broadcast, so I'm just gonna chill at home, have a drink, and play some ladder. I'm probably gonna perform really poorly.
If I didn't have wireless internet in my room, I'd probably do the same.
Well, I don't have wireless internet in my room, and I still disconnect. We're like the only pro gaming house in the world with internet issues.
It's a joke.
It's pretty funny.
Time for an upgrade.
That's kind of ironic. I call a meeting. Maybe we could just call those guys.
Just go over to Charter and just call a meeting like in their lobby.
Yeah. Who's the director of this place? Do you know where I am? And give him a business card.
RotterdaM 0A. That's me.
Yes. If you don't want a lot
Don't you forget it.
And I can send a lot of angry nerds on Twitter at you. That would be funny. Suddenly we have like fiber
Charter
internet.
gets 10,000 tweets being like, what's going on? No. We could do that. We could turn the Twitterverse against Charter.
Not yet, Ben. But let's give him a chance
If it's not
to fix
fixed
it.
by the final.
Oh, yes.
Then it's on.
Don't worry, man. By then I called a meeting. PuMa is of course the red Terran spawning in the left bottom side of the map. He just needs one more win to make it to the finals and play against MC. And look at this, Ben. He's playing your favorite build in the whole wide world.
That's right. That Reaper expand. Well, he's actually still mining gas, so he might have other plans, Kev.
Maybe he goes 3 Reaper.
I would love to see that. That's even more fun. 3
build
Reaper
that
allows you to do
really
some really
likes.
cute things. But aLive sees this, so I don't really think PuMa's going to make more than just the one.
Kind of wonder if this is just, well, actually aLive is doing the exact same thing, man. aLive is starting off with a Reaper as well.
Oh my god, Reapers versus Reapers. This game is going to break the internet.
Command Center is going to get dropped for PuMa, and then the same thing is happening at aLive. aLive is dropping the Command Center in his main base, though, while PuMa is dropping it in his natural.
First Reaper is out, takes the Zelnaga tower, and then hops up, says hi to the Space Shark. Next, that's the SCV, actually. It says hi to the Space Shark. Wow, is that a frog statue? No, it's a Zealot.
Combat Shield first, being researched straight away after this by aLive. That's an interesting choice. Neither player decided to get more than one Reaper. Where's the Reaper of aLive? There we go. Wants to make sure that nothing super crazy is going on. Sometimes in TVT they like to proxy the factory or even the starport later on. The Reaper is going to sneak in. There is only a single Marino. No, it's 2 Marines right now.
Oh!
But so far so good for PuMa.
First Blood.
First Blood. Oh, that inspires me. I'd like to play some Dota.
I thought you were going to say Quake.
No, it's all about Dota, man. aLive's Reaper is making his way into the natural of PuMa, and he's going to pick up that SCV, so he's going to delay the expand a little bit. That is nice, because PuMa was going to be able to mine quicker from that one, since he did build it in his natural.
Reaper versus Reaper, and it's PuMa who wins that little engagement.
I missed it. How can I miss Reaper versus Reaper?
And it's not every day you get to see that. Like, literally. It's actually very seldom.
That's true. It's kind of like Kent versus Ryu.
Dude, you ever watch Family Guy?
I watched a few episodes, but I'm not a big fan.
If you watch a Reaper, his legs just kind of dangle there uselessly. I think he's kind of like Joe from Family Guy.
Which one's Joe? Is that the
He's
alien?
the one in the wheelchair.
I wouldn't know. I watched very few.
You're thinking about American Dad.
Yeah, I like that more. I haven't seen that much of that either, but I've never been a big fan of Family Guy. It seems like really silly humor to me. It's like, this is really funny.
It's the same humor as American Dad.
Yeah, but I think American Dad is a little bit more funny because they make fun of America, which I think is cool. I like South Park more. I think South Park is by far more funny than either of those two series.
Funny. I agree. I watch South Park like every night.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. I watch Gossip Girl every night.
Dude, whatever happened to watching The Wire? Did you finish it?
Yeah, of course I finished The Wire. The Wire is fantastic.
I only watched the first season.
Yeah, it's kind of sad going from The Wire to Gossip Girl. I don't know where it went wrong. That's kind of like dropping from GM to bronze. Well, doesn't really matter.
Some people do that, man.
We see his team pack is almost done for aLive. His factory is halfway done. I believe that the attack of PuMa. Well, PuMa actually went double eBay really quick, man. Pretty big difference in the build right now. PuMa's Reaper is still alive, but it's going to jump right into this Marine, and aLive will be able to pick off this Reaper from PuMa. So far, a very even game. Attack is a little bit quicker for aLive, while PuMa is preparing for a late game with the better upgrades.
Pretty identical builds, man.
Well, yeah, small differences.
Barracks with upgrades against barracks with upgrades. The only difference is being a little bit of the timings.
The factory is a little bit quicker for aLive, but that is of course because PuMa went for double eBay. PuMa is hitting a lot of supply blocks, Ben. That's, I mean, I love PuMa. I think he's fantastic. But if we have to be critical about one thing, is that he supply blocked himself quite a bit in the previous games. aLive is going to try to make a small run by with all these Marines. PuMa doesn't have stim yet, but he does have combat shield. Well, aLive has stim but no combat shield, so it should be fine for PuMa if he's in good position.
PuMa's stim's also going to finish up here. He's even going to spot this little hit squad. He'll lose a single Marine, but he should have no issue dealing with the rest of these guys.
Can Billy ever survive a game, Ben?
Billy never catches a break. He almost made it in Cass versus Xenio, but at the end of the day, it was not meant to be.
It was really cool when he went nuts and started shooting around and he It's funniest Marine ever. Cass versus Xenio into Extreme Masters Kiev.
Go watch the VOD, guys. It's definitely worth checking out. Cass goes down to 5 SCVs against 40 drones. Still wins, standard.
Yeah, that's what a Cass always does. So if you don't really finish off Cass and he's on triple orbital, you're basically behind, no matter how many SCVs you kill. Starport's going up for PuMa right now as well. Well, I believe the Starport is already ready for aLive. We can see 2 medevacs in production for him. So aLive still a little bit ahead with attack, but of course that's going to even out in the long run since PuMa is going to have better upgrades. PuMa's going to be on 1-1 right now. aLive is just on 1-0.
Ooh. That's a little bit unfortunate, but PuMa able to use those double upgrades very, very effectively. His armory is also finishing, so he's going to go right into 2-2, which is going to put him in a really healthy upgrade advantage over aLive.
Yeah, interesting playstyle here by PuMa. I really wonder how this is going to turn out. He delayed everything else a little bit just for those superior upgrades.
You have to feel like end game, it's going to be a huge
yeah, because his 3-3 is literally going to be like 4 to 5 minutes quicker than aLive's 3-3. And in the previous game, both players have been going very, very heavy on the Marines. So I don't know. It's a ballsy switch from PuMa, but if it turns out, it would bring him to Toronto, where he's going to face MC once more. And talking about 2 guys who have a history.
Yeah, classic rivalry. They fought at NASL Season 1 finals. Who did PuMa beat in the Season 2 finals?
PuMa in the finals? It beat Hero, yes.
Yeah. But then PuMa went on to meet MC again at Gamescom. I guess that was prior to the Season 2 finals.
Yes.
Regardless, these guys, they keep running into each other, is the only thing we're trying to say. Met him again at the World Championships of the Intel Extreme Masters. MC won that time.
Yeah. The first time MC won in the final. But he shouldn't have won this series. I don't really want to talk about too much, but still, Game 4 was a def win for PuMa. And even Game 5 on Antigua, it looked very good for PuMa for the long run. So I really think MC escaped a little bit there, but MC is just a champion, man. He knows how to win tournaments.
It's true. He's like Jordan.
And LeBron James. And don't say he's not, Ben.
I can't say that anymore. I cannot say that anymore.
PuMa on triple orbital right now, and it's quite a bit quicker than the third base of aLive. aLive does have an 11 worker lead because of that, but PuMa is going to be on 2-2 Marines soon, while aLive is just finishing up 1-1 right now. aLive does have a siege tank lead once more, but he always has that. I feel that PuMa doesn't mind that too much. I really feel that PuMa prefers to have a little bit more Marine supply so he can be more active, try to make something happen.
Yeah,
while siege tanks are more about controlling stuff, Marines are really about perhaps forcing arrows upon your opponent.
That's definitely how it seems. PuMa's going to take his third base. His 2-2's finishing. I would love to see him get really active with this 2-2 timing kind of opening up, and I would also love to see him just go straight away into 3-3. Just so that he can continue to maintain this advantage that he has with the upgrades. Small drop moving around the bottom half of the map right now for PuMa. It'll be showing up in aLive's natural in a little while.
aLive, I think he did spot it since he has a couple of Marines over here. He's going to have to be careful. PuMa has to be careful, man. He invested quite a bit in A, upgrades, and B, that quicker third base. So he's down quite a bit of supply right now. If he loses too many units, it might trigger a reaction from aLive. aLive stims in straight away. Will pick up this medevac without losing all too much.
Yeah, medevac actually lives, but the Marines are all going to die.
aLive did just spot that third base from PuMa right now.
Again, PuMa hitting a bit of a nasty supply block, Kev. Still no depot started. He's been at 137 of 137 since before the drop unloaded.
Good thing for him, he has triple orbital, so call down for his supply depots, as I'd say.
It's an option, but he just spent all that energy on mules.
And it's not an option anymore.
No longer.
First Answer Tower is going down as well, so this aLive has a much bigger army right now.
aLive is almost maxed, Kev. So I mean, the investment into the upgrades coupled with the very, very long supply block is seeing aLive with a 50 supply lead.
That was indeed a 6 supply block for PuMa. I'm not sure how many units he has queued up by now.
I mean,
Yeah,
he goes immediately. He's maxing in at 153. So I mean, just
aLive sieging up over there.
Wow, big tank shots kill a handful of Marines there.
I saw a Nike flying again. Do you know that in one of the Star Wars movies, George Lucas put like a Nike shoe in the form of a meteor flying through the screen, just for fun? True story.
I did not know that, Kev. aLive going to be pushing into the third base of PuMa. I think he's probably going to kill that command center. PuMa doing the same thing on the other side of the map.
PuMa losing that medevac with all the Marines in it. Well, that was the medevac that could have potentially killed a lot of SVs. Oh, aLive is not he's not sending back those SVs. Now he is. So many of them.
A little bit of a race starting here. aLive's got tanks up on the high ground with Marines protecting, so I do not think PuMa can make a push up into that. He is going to go ahead and siege up here in the natural expansion of aLive, though. He's doing some good damage. aLive pushing into the natural of PuMa at the same time. PuMa's got less units back home, though, and PuMa, 80 supply against 150, is falling dangerously behind. aLive going to go up the ramp into the main base. PuMa's just got a handful of units and a siege tank. They're going to fall very, very quickly. What does aLive have? Oh, aLive picks off one of PuMa's medevacs. And that is going to be game-ending. PuMa again going to try to drop, but I don't think it's going to be possible as aLive is doubling PuMa's supply right now. The SCV is coming down. More Marines, more tanks, all working in conjunction to clean up PuMa's push as aLive cleans up PuMa's base. Wow. And really, really excellent play there from aLive as he takes game number 4, ties up the series.
Let's just focus on the screen once more, because once more, Huck was standing behind aLive. It's like both of them are winning. Pretty crazy TVT once more. Not a lot happening in the early game. They just choose different paths. But in the end, it's clear, it's easy to say that aLive's path was better, because when they actually fought, when the real fight started, he didn't have that 3-3, and aLive still had that 2-2. So what was the advantage that PuMa had, setting himself behind in Marine count and in tank count?
I mean, I think the idea was be ahead in upgrades and have a better standing bio ball, but I really think the supply block is what kind of killed PuMa there, Kev.
Yeah, I agree as well. As you said, he went from 137 to 153 immediately.
And then he was blocked again. I mean, it was nasty. He was on that 137 for a long time, and aLive macroed very, very cleanly. Did not miss a beat. Maxed out and then just had more stuff. And
the drops didn't really pay off either for PuMa. He tried to make something happen with the Marines, but aLive was very well positioned. It's hard to just sit back all the time. But he was the player with quicker 3 bases, so do you really need to drop? Maybe he felt like he had to drop to buy himself a little bit of time to make sure that the third base economy kicks in. But it is tough to say. Anyway, guys, we are going to game 5 once more between PuMa and aLive. Who is going to make it to Toronto? Who is going to face MC at the offline finals? Stick around. We'll be right back after a short commercial break.